Hi there, Colby Bauckham from Team Karl Gallienne. This afternoon I am at number 5 Pine Lodge Road here in Glen Huon. We've got this gorgeous little 1950s weatherboard house just perched up the top here, and we're on about 3/4 of an acre, and most of that is productive and ornamental gardens, which is really lovely. So I'm just at the front of the property here. We've got this beautiful big tree at the front here, which gives you lovely shade during the summer. And all the gardens down the front here, the majority of it has got irrigation connected, which is quite cool. And the water for the property comes from there's tanks as well, but there is also a water license, and that comes from the creek running along the side boundary, and that's about 4,000 litres per day for domestic use, so that is quite a substantial amount, which is handy. So down the front here, this section of the property is not fenced off, but you certainly could fence it off. We've got Glen Huon Road in front of us there, and Pine Lodge Road, which runs up the side. And looking at the front of the property, which is really nice. So we'll pop up through this gate here. So the front of the property, except for this beautiful old apple tree here, is mostly ornamental. And then up the back is where we've got the productive gardens. Sorry, just ducking through a gate. So up the back here, we've got this enclosed section, which is a berry patch. Super productive. And the owner was letting me know that citrus seems to really like the ground here. So he's got a few smaller lemons that he's popped in. But this beautiful lemon tree here produces masses of fruit. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see any at the moment. He tries to pick it every couple of days because it just gets absolutely loaded, but you can see lots of new growth happening. We've got another semi-enclosed veggie patch here, which there's no fruit and veg going in it at the moment, but you could certainly get that going. And this little gate here takes you down to the creek. It is a reasonably steep drop off down to the creek, but you can get down there, and there is a bore pump to bring that water up to the house. So we've got a little bit more citrus here. We've got another loaded lemon tree. Look at that. And a few of these citrus up the top here. We've got a kumquat, I believe, and maybe another lemon. So lots and lots of citrus. Just stacking up the back here, I'll just pop into the shed. So we've got a really good workshop space. Power connected out here. Lots of space for all your bits and pieces. And we've also got a water filtration system. So we've got the double filter here, and then the addition of a UV filter. So that just makes sure you've got super clean drinking water. We've got a beautiful old apple tree here. This owner doesn't have chickens going at the moment, but this is a chicken coop area. And this bush on the side here is apparently a type of apricot, over the back there. So that's pretty cool. We've got this fully enclosed area for chickens. And just behind me here, we've got another garden shed as well. A couple of veggie beds, and just some areas for storing your wood. We've got this beautiful old apple tree here, which is loaded as well. Look at it. So approximately 2 owners ago, this property was started on its path to being organic. So for about the last 6 years or so, it hasn't had any sprays used on it, which is nice. And the previous owner, I think she had about 400 kilos of apples one year. So pretty massive amount, more than you could eat, I reckon. So lots of fruit trees through here. And all of this has got an irrigation system through it as well, you can see there. So you can just flick that on and let everything get nice and watered. Over here, if you're a Kiwi and you're watching this, you will know exactly what these little trees are. But if you're not familiar, these are feijoas. And they're a little bit famous in New Zealand. Not quite so well known in Australia, but they are a really delicious fruit. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. We've got a beautiful pear tree. Again, absolutely packed full of fruit. Different variety here. We've got, I might be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure that's a mulberry tree, which is loaded with fruit and covered up so the birds don't get into it. Stone fruit. Got another apple tree up the back here, another stone fruit. Oop. Beautiful olive tree, which is getting a bit of fruit on it this year. And then up here is pretty much the back of the property. So if we just stuck into through this bush here, you'll see the back fence. Got a water tank up the back here as well. So that's the back gate just there. So you've got double access if you need it, which is really handy for bringing in things like firewood and hay and all that sort of stuff. Some beautiful old pines out the back here. Beautiful view up the top looking out to the hills. All right, so we'll wander back down and do the studio, and then we'll finish inside the house and have a proper look at that. There's lots of space up the top here. If you want to extend the veggie area or fruit growing, you've got this huge big section up the top here. So if you're into that, that would be a great plan to get that going. And just while we're up here, I'll just zoom in. That's the NBN on the roof. So we've got fixed wireless NBN here. Got some good drainage. All this drainage has just recently been done. Just make sure that it deals with the runoff coming down the hill, sorry. We've got another water tank here. And we'll just quickly duck into the studio. So this would be a really cool little art studio or an extra bedroom if you needed it. So just a simple little room, nice timber floors. And we've got power connected out here too. So just a good little space and nice and close to the main house. So we've got this good undercover area here. This door, we won't go through that one, but that goes straight into the laundry. So that's quite a good setup out the back here if you want to have a line, perhaps up here or out in the yard somewhere. Got good undercover access. We've got a nice carport here. So this gives you undercover access straight into the house. It's really only big enough for one car, but there is driveway space for another. And just over there, you can see there's another gate access. So that brings you in to the garage if you need it, which is quite handy. All right, so we'll duck into the house. So as we come in the front here, we've got some good linen press storage just in the entryway. And all the NBN connections down here as well. The kitchen was only done up a few years ago, so it's quite nice and modern. It's got a really nice cooker and a very cute, stylish little range hood. It's just neat and tidy, huge spot for a fridge. So you could have your fridge over there, or as the current owner does, you can have it here. Got this huge island bench with really nice timber tops and a massive pantry. It's a really well thought out kitchen. Check out that coffee machine. That does not come with the house, but it's pretty cool. And it does have plumbing as well. So if you're into your coffee and you like to have your machine plumbed in, you can do that. Get a really nice view in the kitchen just out to the front of the property. I should mention while we're in the house as well, both the floor and ceiling are insulated, which is really good. No double glazing, of course, but some insulation, which is nice. Makes it a bit cozier. We've got this nice raked ceiling in the living room, which just gives you a bit more of a spacious feel. And beautiful sliding doors out onto the deck. Got one reverse cycle air conditioner in here and one down in the main bedroom, which we'll go to later. And a lovely wood fire, which was put in quite recently too. Some nice timber shelving. The owner is pretty much ready to leave, so there's no furniture in here, but gives you a good idea of the space. You can see how much you could fit in. So we'll head up the hallway and just start here on the right. This goes into the laundry that I mentioned earlier, so that's that back door. The laundry is super cute. This was renovated as well quite recently. Nice timber top. Sorry, just shutting in. Make sure I shut the doors behind me. So going into this bedroom here, this is the smallest of the bedrooms and still a really good size. We've got a built-in in the corner here and definitely enough room for a double bed, if not a queen. You've got this huge picture window and these blinds are only a couple of years old as well. There's a really beautiful outlook from this bedroom overlooking the garden. And you've got an opening window there with a fly screen too, which is nice for summer. Another linen press in the hallway. And straight across from this bedroom on the right, we've got a big family bathroom. So we've got a nice big tub, shower, some opening windows with fly screen and frosted glass, nice toilet and a huge double vanity. So this is a really, really lovely room. Lots of space. It's got nice tiles too. And I should mention the floors were recently redone in the house, as in repolished. So they're original, but they have had quite a bit of work done. So they're in great condition. On the right-hand side again is another lovely bedroom. And this just gets a cracking view of that lemon tree. The owner calls this the lemon room. It's got that huge, big, beautiful tree there, looking out to the trees and the creek. And the bedrooms are all carpeted, so we've got timber floors in the kitchen and living, and then carpet in the bedrooms, which is always nice. And this would be the main bedroom. This reverse cycle air conditioner is brand new. So the owner was saying he pretty much uses that and the wood fire. That tends to be enough to keep the whole house cozy. And nice big wardrobe in here as well. Nice view from this room out over the garden again, a bit like bedroom 1. And we've got drapes to cover this big picture window, which is handy. So that is pretty much everything in 5 Pine Lodge Road. If there is anything else that you'd like more detail on, please feel free to get in touch. Otherwise, I hope this was really helpful for you. Thanks. Bye.